So I noticed while we were at the range, you were having a little trouble with your Mark 18.
Look, it happens on a rare day. When maybe I load my initial mag that's fully loaded and it got a little sticky and had a little hiccup.
Yeah.
And I should probably clean my Mark 18 more than I do.
Yeah,
Maybe we should make a video about how to clean it.
I think probably a good idea.
Welcome back, everybody. Clincher today with Classic Firearms. We've got Katie back with us.
How's it going, guys?
And we've got a very simple video we're going to do. Breakdown and cleaning of your AR-15. It's super easy. I was shooting the Mark 18. I noticed that it was starting to get a little sticky when chambering the first round of a fully loaded mag. And I was like, ooh, maybe I should start considering cleaning that, because I actually haven't cleaned this in about 2,000 rounds. So definitely past that point, but especially when you're shooting with one of those on there. Anyway, before we even get started, what's the first thing you do, Katie?
1.
Yeah.
2.
Perfect. Cool. We just make sure that your firearm is clear, you're safe. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, this is a SCAR mag. It's FN SCAR 16. I thought this looked good. Doesn't it match? Go pretty well?
Wonderful.
Yep. Okay. That being said, yep, we're clear. Oh, a couple of you have asked, hey, why the Ranger band on the stock that you got on your gun and Katie's gun?
Sorry.
Sling stowage. That's all it is. Just to stow it out of the way, get it out of the way. Whenever I want to use it, if it's on there, I can still manipulate the controls and shoot the gun. Cool. All right, easy enough. Now, typically, if I'm going to do like a deep clean on my gun, I'd remove all the attachments and stuff like that. But let's be honest, I never do a deep clean on my guns until I actually if I replace the trigger, if I replace a part, that's when I'll go in there and clean it. Anyway, let's go ahead and remove the upper from the lower. Easy enough. Boom. Got the 2 pins here. Again, I know this is really basic for a lot of you guys, but we might have some new shooters, new AR owners and whatnot, and you're like, hey, this is actually might help me. So there you go. How to remove the upper from the lower. 2 takedown pins. Pop those out. They're self-retained. Easy enough. Cool. One other thing too is if you are like me and you like to run one of these guys, you can go ahead and remove that. It'll be easier to clean the bore and everything else without this attached. And also, you doing all right over there? Yeah. All right. And on top of that, if you do have a silencer and you're wondering, how do I clean that? Headphone users, I'm sorry for Katie.
I'm a child.
How do I clean that? Personally, I don't even clean this guy. I think the more carbon buildup and everything, it's healthy for it. It's good for it. It's might dampen the sound a little bit more. But anyway.
I can't get it out.
Anyway. One thing you could do is just soak it in a bucket of WD-40, Ballistol, whatever you want to use. Rinse, dry it off.
Adult.
Suck it up.
Push.
There you go.
Thanks.
Anyway, all right. So continuing on with that, I think Katie's broken, guys.
It's fine. I got this. It's fine.
When was the last time you took this apart?
Like 5 seconds ago.
All right. So now that Katie's got this apart, finally. What you can do from here, depending on how you want to start, you can go lower, upper, whatever else. I already know for a fact it's going to take me more time with the upper receiver because there's more components, quite simply, okay? Deep cleaning, remove the trigger pouch, or your fire control group. Remove the trigger, you got 2 pins, pop those out, remove it, get it down there and clean. You're going to notice that the AR with its DI design and everything else, it craps where it eats, okay? You'll notice that it's going to get dirty, all right? It's going to get dirty, and you're just gonna have to do that. So definitely recommend a good rag. Obviously this one's nice and heavily used. But anyway, cool. With that being said though, I'll go ahead and set that off to the side. We'll get to the lower in a bit. Let's go ahead and bust out the upper and take out your bolt carrier group and all that type of fun stuff. So remove the charging handle, pull that right on back. Bolt carrier group will continue to come right on rearward. Oh my goodness, that used to be like a bronze color. I mean, this is gonna be messy. This is good. Don't look at me like that.
Nasty.
Don't look at me like that. If your gun isn't dirty, that means you're not shooting it. So go out there and run that thing until it stops working. Learn the limitations of your firearm, all right? All right, cool. What do you do from here? Well, typically I'd grab like a little Tupperware container, something like that, just for me at least. I'd break down my complete bolt carrier group.
I wasn't ready for that. I don't know
Well, how dirty it is? So yeah, don't look at
ready.
me. Don't lose your parts. You got your firing pin, retaining pin here, the little cotter pin, okay? Keep that somewhere. You've got the actual firing pin. Oh my goodness, this is good. All right, let's see if I can loosen up the Come on out. It's a little dirty, guys. Oh, sorry. I should probably show you guys this on camera too. You'll notice that your firing pin fits right in here like so. That completely missed that. But anyway, this guy, there we go. Fits right in there like that, right? You'll notice that whenever this is forward, this little guy right here will actually stay in that position. In order to rotate this, to remove it, you need to remove the firing pin, push the bolt rearward, and then go ahead and maneuver this guy. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is dirty. All right, and then I can go ahead and try to pry that guy out. There it is, easy. Now, like I said, take that Tupperware container, just dump whatever type of cleaning solution, CLP. I like to use Ballistol. Don't use this without good ventilation. You will start seeing different things. And with that being said, I would just let these components soak. You can now remove your bolt from the bolt carrier group. What was it, the getting high off Ballistol? Is that where you started to lose it?
I've lost it in general.
Okay. Are you following along okay?
Sure.
All right, so the reason we have Katie here is so I can move at her speed, because some of you might be watching this for the first time like, okay, how do I disassemble my AR or whatnot? So I should probably...
Yeah, I got to hear.
Okay, cool. So that's good. That's good. All right. So next up, you want to remove that retaining pin, right? One thing that works great, pocket knife. Just get that guy right in here, and you can pry that little pin out. Now you've got that guy sticking out enough to grab and remove. You keep yours over there. I'll keep mine over here. There won't be any problems. Anyway, there you go. What's the next step?
I don't know.
Firing pin.
Oh. Is it just gonna fall out, or is it not gonna fall out?
Knock it on the table.
Ooh. I'm trying not to make all the headphone users hate me. You're making fun of me, right? Oh, wait.
You got it? There you go. Oh my goodness, you were getting on to me. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that is...
training lately, okay? Give me a break.
Gee, that is good. All right, tight. Okay, so nice and dirty. Now from here, go ahead and rotate that guy about 90 degrees.
This part just rotates?
Yep, just like that.
I think it
and then can you get that in there? I don't want to mess up your nails. Yep.
Bro, you've already ruined so many things in my nails. It's fine.
There you go. There's that. Now go ahead and pull the bolt out. Bam. Look at that. Now, like I said, right here, Tupperware container full of your cleaning solution. Just let that stuff soak. While that stuff is soaking, I would move on to whatever component you want to go to next, right? You can let your charging handle soak in there as well. You're not going to be hurting anything by letting all of that cleaning solution getting into place, okay? Okay, sweet. So from here, a cleaning kit would be nice. You got one over there, right? This is one that we offer on the website. The Gunmaster 223556 cleaning kit, brand new, so it's got these little plastic pins that are keeping it in place. Sweet, that are not broken. This is actually kind of cool. I didn't know we had this back there until I was like, I need a cleaning kit. I love this. It comes with like the little dental tool, you know?
That could have helped me get the little...
It could have helped to get the pin out.
Yep.
My bad. But anyway, this is a perfect piece to scrape off all of that carbon that's just sat like on your bolt and whatnot. You'll notice like all of this gunked up back here. A lot of people are really, really nitpicky about getting all that carbon off the rear part of this. Remember, the bolt, the way it sits in the bolt carrier group is like this. This piece right here, it can get gunked up with carbon for days. I'll be honest with you, your gun's still gonna run just fine. You don't need to focus on that as much as you think you do, but if you're OCD like me and you want that to be completely clean, let it soak, take a copper brush. You don't want to scrape those seals or anything else like that. Take a nice copper brush, anything along those lines. Take that little guy there, you can rub that on there and start scratching that stuff off of there to get it nice and clean. Got it, cool. This is actually your chamber brush, which I'll show you how to use here in just a moment. All right, so next part, this guy here. You know, before you even move into this, one thing I kind of like to do is clean up the chamber first. Again, in here, y'all ready for this? Take your pinky and just try to get to the bottom of the chamber. Yeah. Yeah, she bad. That's, yeah.
No. My nails cost too much.
Y'all, we need to start like a, let's just say if y'all want to donate to Katie for her nails, let us know down in the comments. Anyway, all right, cool. So again, this is where this chamber brush comes into big help, right? So with this little cleaning kit, you got all these little brass fittings. Oh, that was smart. That come together. Just tighten those together. This isn't made, this one specifically is not made to go all the way to the length of the barrel. Again, it's just to get into the actual chamber. Where did that piece go? Here we go. This will screw in here. This is actually a pretty nifty tool. I like it quite a bit. And boom. We're not done yet. Now I'm going to take the chamber brush, screw this in. I'm actually pretty impressed with this because this piece is going to come into big help here in just a moment too. It's kind of nice for a little compact cleaning kit. Is there anything underneath? No. Oh, there's that. Yeah, oh, it dropped? Oh, all right. Anyway, so now what this guy can do is come right on in here. You guys can probably see that pretty well. You can see where the copper brushes or the copper wires are fitting, actually going into the barrel, and then your more steel wires are going right into the chamber, right? So that's going to get really in there, and you can just sit there and twist. This piece right here is kind of nice that it comes with. You can just put that through, and now you've got this little T-handle that'll help you twist that on in, and that's going to be breaking apart a lot of that carbon and a lot of that crap that's just sitting in there. You'll have brass, you'll have all sorts of stuff, you'll have copper from a copper jacket, you'll have all that stuff just sitting in there. Pull that on out, and then you can take your rag, whatever it might be, and just go ahead and start wiping that out. Something a little bit thinner sometimes helps and whatnot, but you just keep doing that on repeat time and time and time and time and time again until finally you get in there and you're like, oh wow, look at that, it's a lot cleaner than what it was. Actually, significantly cleaner than what it was. When I say significantly, it's still black, but it ain't like covering up my whole pinky, right? All right, cool. So like I said, you get that to the point where you're satisfied with it, and it's gonna take some time. You got to be patient when you're doing this. It's gonna take some time, and then here comes the part. You're not here. Get in there. Get going. All right. So then comes the part of the actual the gun master cleaning kit bore snake here. You'll notice it's got a little bit more of a brass fitting on the end here. I don't think that's gonna like add any type of weight. I think it's just a nice little way to clean this up so it's not poking you when it comes on out. Anyway, just puts this guy straight on through. Boom, you can see it coming down here right out the muzzle. Wrap that around, pull that on through. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And that'll just clean out the barrel for you really good. Shine it at a light. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's actually like trash in my barrel. That may have just been some fuzz that was just left over from the cotton swab coming through. May have just been. But what I'm gonna do is go ahead and try to knock that out of there the best that I can. If you really wanna clean it, just shoot around through it, it'll be all right. Okay, don't do that. If you have something obstructing the barrel, don't shoot through it. I saw you at the side looking at me like, please don't say that. Somebody's gonna do that and it's gonna be bad. Like, don't listen to that jerk from Classic Firearms. Blew up my gun because he told me to put a 300 blackout round in it to clean it.
Stop.
Just saying. All right, that looks a lot better. There's still some debris and whatnot just kind of in the bore that I can see, so I would definitely try and clean that out a couple more times. There are some people that like to oil this and do that. That's fine if you want to, make sure that the inside of your bore stays protected, but if you're just going to shoot it anyway, not that big of a deal. If you're going to store it, sure, oil it up, do what you want to do, all right? Okay. Continuing on from here, how are you doing over there?
I'm great.
Yeah, there you go. Take that guy, just feed it on through. Nice thing that it comes with, one of these little fiber brushes. This is great. You can put some oil on this to help break down again some of that carbon that's sitting in there. This is a brand new brush, right? And me just rubbing my finger on it just made it not new. But anyway, so if I were to get in there and really try to like clean this guy out some, you'll notice it's gonna be bad, right? But I gotta tell you guys, some of my favorite things to use, you got pipe cleaners that can actually get up underneath or on top of the gas tube in there. That's really nice. I typically take just my rag here, that right there, and just really work that. Just get that in there. Try to make sure that you're just getting as much as that dirt, carbon, everything else that might be broken up in there, and try to just get that out, right? Easy enough. Cool. Comes to a muzzle device. This is really easy also. I'll take my ballistol.
It's stuck.
You got the bore snake stuck?
It's stuck. It's stuck.
What do you mean it's stuck?
It's straight stuck.
Let me see. Straight stuck. It's not stuck.
Oh, it was stuck. Sorry, Ryan.
Anyway, for my muzzle device, easy enough. Right on this guy here on the brush, I'll just go ahead and spray some of my cleaning solution, whatever it might be, just wipe it down. What I really want to make sure stays clean, especially if you're utilizing a QD muzzle device like this, is right here in that little connection. This connection, that's where the silencer actually indexes. I want to make sure I clean that on this piece here, right where that locking collar locks up to it, and on there, because I want to make sure that is nice, clean. I don't want anything to get into the way that could actually cause a different seating position or cause an unsecure seating with my silencer. So I want to make sure that that stays nice and clean. And you guys will notice once that indexes, it's going to fall into place. There it is. And now I can lock my collar down on it. All right, so make sure that your contacts there stay nice and clean. Again, just wipe that down. Now would be a good time to go ahead and check over if you have any other attachments, lasers, lights, stuff like that. Make sure that your actual lens is nice and clean. I've actually moved the position of my light here to be more on the side because of the way the war comp is, it has those ports right off the top that's just blowing those gases right into my lens. So I'd like that to be that on a little bit more on the side. All right, cool. How are you doing over there? So you've got your bore clean, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So again, this is really basic. I'm not going to go through getting everything sparkly clean here. Keep in mind too, I'm using my imagination as far as my Tupperware full of ballistol for all this to be soaking right now. Again, don't lose any of that. You'll kind of need it. Anyway, okay. So now let's move on to the lower receiver. Lower receiver is easy, guys. Just wipe it out. That's all there is to it. Remove your buffer and spring. Where'd the brush go? Place that on there. That'll pop on out. Easy enough. A couple of you have asked too, like whenever you see me manipulate this, there's no spring sound. That my gun is very quiet. A couple of you asked if I use the silent capture or anything like that. I don't. I've just shot it a lot. I've shot it a lot, and nice. There you go. Look at you go. I've shot it a lot. I've oiled the spring and stuff like that, so it doesn't. I mean, you guys, it doesn't squeak or anything in there. So, but your buffer will get dirty. Just looking at where my retaining pin is here, you can see all of this carbon and buildup in these threads. It's nasty, right? So take your brush, get in there, clean that nice and good. Boom. Easy enough. All right, like I said, the best way to actually clean your lower, remove the trigger. I'm not gonna do that on camera right now, mainly for time, stuff like that, but it's super easy. 2 pins, punch those out. If you've got a mil-spec style trigger, you're gonna have 2 components ultimately. Well, 3 components. You're gonna have your disconnect, your hammer, and your actual trigger just come right on out, all right? Easy enough. If you've got a drop-in trigger, that's even easier. Pop your pins out and the whole thing just comes on out. Even easier, right? That'll allow you then to go ahead and get in there, clean all that up. Of course, that's gonna require you to remove your pistol grip, or at least you don't have to completely remove your pistol grip, but you do want to go ahead and separate it a little bit so that way there's no tension on the safety detent. So therefore, you can actually get down there and remove your trigger and safety and all that stuff. All right, easy enough to do that. Mag well, to make sure your mags are still dropping free, things like that. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but every now and then I will just take just a little dab, just a little spray in there, get that guy in there, clean that out, boom. Again, I am not that nitpicky. I'm not my unit's armor, so I'm not over there, hiding $20 in the pistol grip to accept my M16 after a field op. So again, just get in there and just do maintenance on your firearm though, to actually make sure it's going to function well and reliably for you. The last thing you want is for you to have a jam, for you to have your gun not go bang when you need it to go bang. So again, this has been a brief overview as far as your AR goes. Yours is looking pretty good. See, now what's bad for Katie is I've got a black lower receiver. She has this green one, so that means the dirt and everything shows up even better.
It's fine. It doesn't bother my OCD at all.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's totally fine.
And well, what that means is too, is like, oh, you know what? I missed that. I can go back and do that.
Yeah.
I have to do oh my God, I missed all of that, right? That's, like I said, get in there, clean your guns, maintain them, oil them up at least. Like this thing is dry, dude. All right, so my pinky is not mostly dirty, but if I get in there and get that, oh yeah, that right there. Now it's good to have your stuff lubricated because it'll be easier to clean once that time comes, and that time will come, or at least it should eventually. But anyway, let me know if there's anything that we missed. Are there some cleaning tips and tricks that you guys want to offer down in the comment section? Fire away, help Katie out here. She could definitely use a pointer or two. Probably the easiest thing to do is open up your cleaning kit. open up your cleaning kit at first, because I do believe just about every tool that you need to get into your gun to disassemble your bolt carrier group would be right there. Oh, that's actually another thing I can show you guys too. You can clean your extractor. Now, since I said disassemble your bolt, if you want to get real nitpicky about it, it's not difficult. You're just working with small pieces. Where's my dental tool? There it is. What you can take is your little dental tool that this comes with. I'm also really happy that this is actually metal. That's kind of nice. A lot of them are plastic and they just wear out quick. Anyway, right here you'll notice that you've got a pin on that's going through the whole bolt, and you can see that right here. That's keeping your extractor in place. Underneath here is just quite simply a spring. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch that out and just show you guys. Let's see, there we go. I'm gonna maintain a little bit of pressure on the extractor when I'm doing this. Try to show you guys the best that I can. Let's see if that'll come out now. There we go. So that pin right there is now out, and my extractor will just pop right on out. And on the Daniel Defense, there's this little rubber piece here, this little seal that's retaining that little spring, or actually they replaced the spring with the seal. So that works just fine. But you'll notice when you do this too, that there's all sorts of gunk and crap up underneath here as well. So feel free to take that apart and just get down in there and clean it. Again, you're working with a lot of small components here. Not as many small components like on a 1911, which I've completely disassembled a 1911 before. And 1776 Duck, I don't know why you love those guns. But anyway, so they're great guns, I'm just kidding. But anyway, there's a lot of small components here, so maintain or keep accountability of them. Don't lose it.
Yeah, I think he just buys new ones. I don't think he cleans them.
Oh, that's fair. That makes sense. That
He's got a
checks
whole
out.
arsenal at that point. You don't need to clean them.
That's fair. That checks out too. Yeah, you don't have to really clean your gun if you, first of all, never shoot it, or secondly, just constantly replace it. So just keep that in mind as well. Clean and maintain your guns. All right. Okay, cool. I think what we'll do here, we'll wrap up some. I'll actually let Katie. Can you put it back? Actually, you know what? Let's put it all back together really quick. Let's just go ahead and put it all back together. You'll have a head start on me because I actually got to put the extractor back on here.
You say that. I have to remember how we did this.
Oh, it's easy.
Last step was this.
There's actually like dirt in the actual opening for the pin. That's kind of funny. All right, anyway.
Sorry, I'm trying to at least wipe them off. Oh, I am putting it back in.
It'll be all right. Get that guy in there. There we go. Just push that through to where it's just about even on both sides. I'm trying to angle this to where you guys can kind of see it.
I don't remember which order I did these out.
Well,
I'm lying.
So it can only go back one way. You'll figure it out real quick. All right, so now that the bolt is back together, I can go ahead and pop that back into the bolt carrier group. Cool. Oh, there we go. Now, the reason I like to spin this when I put it back together, especially after removing the extractor, is to make sure that this pin is equally seated on both sides of the bolt. So that way, whenever this has to rotate, because it is a rotating bolt design, that it's not having any friction or anything dragging on the inside of my bolt carrier group. So just doing a quick spin like that, just to make sure everything feels good, which, by the way, it does not, because it is super dirty. It does not go in last, but it doesn't
go in first.
It does not go in first. So look at it.
I was trying to do everything backwards from what I did, and I can't remember what the last step was.
All right, so look at it this way, right? This piece has to seat inside the actual
other
bolt,
piece. That
right?
makes so much sense now that it's stuck in the way.
All right, so now that we've got your bolt separated, putting it into the bolt carrier group, right? So your bolt carrier sits like this in the gun, right?
Yeah.
When you insert your bolt, your actual bolt, doesn't matter how you insert it, okay? You can go ahead and place it in. Just pop that thing in there, just give it a little tap. There you go. Yeah, it's fully seated, right? Now what you'll notice is, though, keep in mind if your bolt carrier group is sitting like this in the gun, the correct orientation for your bolt is going to be where the extractor makes sense. Can you identify where the extractor is on your bolt? Look at this piece here. That'll be a little bit easier for you, right? So notice the one groove that's the shortest.
Yeah.
That's going to be your extractor right there.
So it's facing up.
Yep. Or facing more at an angle. So look at it this way. Now, right underneath my gas key, I've got the actual opening where my retaining pin here is going to go.
Gotcha. See, I was mashing that up, and then you were like, oh, wrong way.
No.
That's fine.
Sure. Okay. Now, you got to put this guy in here to where it's flat like this, going the same direction as pretty much your gas key, long ways. All right, so I'm just going to drop that guy on in there. Boom. Yeah, look at that. All right, now cool. From here, go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees to where it's pretty much intersecting the gas key. You got it.
Please don't break. Please don't break.
What, your nail?
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, you're not gonna break the bolt carrier. Oh my goodness. All right, there you go. Now from here, you can go ahead and drop in your firing pin. Depending on how you want to do it, some people find it pretty easy just to go in from the side like this, or go in from the bottom and just push it on down. I've seen, I'll clean it later. I've seen some people just kind of like dangle it and try to just drop it right on in. 9 times out of 10, I always miss anyway, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm just sitting there just playing with it. So I just kind of come in from the bottom. Some bolt carrier groups are going to be built differently. Some won't allow the firing pin to fit in as well as that did. So keep that in mind. If you got a brand new firing pin, it might not fit. This one might be a little bit shorter because it's had a lot of rounds that it's impacted, all right? Cool. Once we've got that in place, now you can actually take your retaining pin here, the little cotter pin, place that on in. Some cotter pins are more difficult than others to insert because it might be a little bit wider, the 2 prongs.
I did it.
You got it though, perfect. A little tip for that right there is to go ahead and just take some like pliers, try to squeeze them down a little bit, and then typically what I do is I just rotate it until it finally fits in, all right? So there you go, bolt carrier group is back. Sweet, what's the next part we need if we're putting the upper back together?
The upper back together? We have to put these in.
Yep, so what do we put in first?
Don't you have to start the charging handle?
That's right. You'll notice that whenever you insert the charging handle into the upper receiver, there's a little cutout in the upper receiver for this little part that swells on the charging handle to fit into, and that locks it into place and guides it into the upper receiver, just like that.
That was dirty.
There we go, so that shouldn't pop out. So go in, so look at this, turn your upper receiver upside down like this. There you go. See those cutouts that I'm talking about? Nope, it's gotta go on top.
I see that.
There,
Sorry.
perfect drop in. There you go. Now from here, make sure that your bolt carrier group, make sure the bolt is completely out. So what I mean by that is take it, do that number. You'll notice that now the bolt is all the way out and not all the way in like that, okay? The reason we need to do that is so that way this pin here doesn't get caught on the upper receiver. Now I can drop this guy in and just slide it into place. Boom. Push it all the way in till it locks. Excellent. Now from here, I'm just actually gonna make my gun dirtier, but whatever, it's fine. From here, all you gotta do,
we gotta put our buffer tubes in, pal.
Buffer and spring, yes. Into the buffer tube.
Into the buffer tube, you're right.
Yes, make sure your lower's back together. You got your fire control group back in place. Your pistol grip. You want me to?
No, I'm an adult. I got it.
Okay. All right, now from here, make sure your pins are completely out and open. If you try to actually seat your upper to your lower and your pin is like that, it's not gonna work. You can try as much as you want, it's simply not gonna work. It's not gonna be a good day for you. All right, cool. From here, let's go ahead, sorry.
You're good.
Make sure that everything's seated, perfect.
Beat you.
That guy's in, oh, you beat me, okay. All right, now a function check. Function check is really easy. Make sure again that your firearm is clear. Go ahead and rack it a couple times, make sure everything feels good to you. Once you know your firearm, you'll know like, you know what, I'm getting a little bit more friction than I usually do. Did I install my trigger correctly? Or do I have a pin that maybe is not all the way seated in my bolt carrier group? I might wanna check that out, right? So you'll know your firearm. Just a couple of checks there. First thing you wanna do for a function check, have your firearm on safe, try to pull the trigger. If the hammer falls, something is wrong. The hammer should not fall while your firearm is on safe. From here, go ahead and flip it to fire. We know the firearm is clear because we have checked it, we visually inspected everything else. There hasn't been a loaded mag inserted. Now go ahead and pull the trigger rearward until you hear the hammer fall. Perfect. Maintain pressure on the trigger, cycle the bolt, reset. Go ahead and slowly release the trigger. You'll hear that nice audible clunk. Go ahead and put it back in safe. Try to depress the trigger again. Nothing should happen. Your firearm is ready to go out for another fun and glorious day at the range. You didn't do any of that.
Oh, well, I mean, I figured you explaining it to everyone, they didn't need me to do it too.
Go ahead, try it. So there you go. So go ahead and try to pull the trigger. Nothing happens, right? Flip it on fire. Go ahead and slowly pull the trigger. Maintain that pressure rearward. Yep. Slow release. Perfect. Put on safe. Bam. We know we got two functioning firearms here on the table. Not two clean ones because we didn't actually take the time to really clean all that. But we hope that this video was informative, instructional for those of you out there that might just be getting into this and you're like, you know what, I've shot it. Where do I go from here? well, this is where you go to clean it and maintain it, all right? A couple of you, again, might have the question, hey, what was that cleaning kit? Gunmaster 223556 cleaning kit. I'm actually a pretty big fan for this. It came with everything that I want in a cleaning kit, so that's pretty cool. I literally just grabbed this off the shelf like, hey, let's go see if there's something nice out there, and there was. As far as a cleaning solution goes, again, guys, there's so many different opinions out there and different ideas as to what's perfect. People love frog glue, people love ballistol, people love CLP, people love WD-40, right? There's all sorts of stuff out there. I typically like to go with something that's not only just a cleaning solution, but also a lubricant as well. So that way it maintains a little bit of moisture, I don't want to say moisture, but it maintains some of this solution on the materials that I'm using it on. So that way, if it's metal on metal contact, I know it's going to be nice and lubricated, and I don't have to worry about damage occurring or, I guess an advancement of wear. So again, let us know down in the comments section, any type of hints, tips, tricks for other people that might be getting into this, wanting to know how to clean your guns, whatnot. If this helped you, also let us know. Thanks.